Having visibility of your P&L is good, but if you really want to be successful, you also want to talk about risk management. With that context, in today's session, I am going to talk about the scenario modeling activity wherein you will try to understand what is my good case scenario, what is my best case scenario, and also what is my worst case scenario. In this spreadsheet, you see three sections. The first section is your worst case scenario, the second section is your good case scenario, and the third section is your best case scenario. Ideally, we always look forward to have the best case scenario, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. You do all your research and then you release the product on the market, and then as there are several variables, your numbers may not be as per your expectation. When that happens, you should be very much prepared and understand how is my good case scenario going to look like and how is my bad case scenario going to look like. Alright, let's first define the scenarios. Let's say if I release the product and this product has also reached its steady state. At steady state, if my contribution margin 3 is less than 5%, then I would treat that situation as my worst case scenario because I am not making much money with that product. Likewise, if I take another example where I release my product and at steady state I am able to make 5 to 15% margin, then I would consider that to be a good case scenario. Likewise, when I have a product which is making greater than 15% contribution margin 3 at steady state, then I would treat that as my best case scenario. Hear me out. Why is this modeling so important? Let's assume at the time of product research, I assumed that I would be making at least 15% margin with this product, and accordingly I calculated my cash flows. But in reality, you are unable to hit those numbers because of various reasons, and this is going to definitely have an impact on your cash flows, and you as a business owner should be very much aware of this. Alright, now when you get into a worst case scenario, this is how you should think, okay? Now let's look at a couple of numbers here. I have my product 1, product 2, product 3, product 4, product 5 and product 6, and you can also see the sale price here. In addition to that, in column O, you also get to see the landed cost. Now understand one thing, for a good product, the ratio between your landed cost and sale price should not exceed 30%. If you see here, in my worst case scenario, I see these numbers are a lot higher. And then when you look at column AC, we also specified the percentage FBFE. For a good product, this ratio should always be anything between 25 to 35%. But here you can look into the numbers, the ratio is a lot higher. Because of higher landed cost and FBFE, my contribution margins in this scenario is very, very poor. If I really get into these kinds of situations, then my thought process would be, should I really do FBA? Or should I fulfill these products through easy ship? Not only that, I would also aim to clear out this stock in a profitable manner and work towards finding a better product. And then moving on to good case scenario, if you look at a couple of examples in here, the ratio between your landed costs and your sale price, it is a little balanced for one or two products, whereas for most of the products it is not balanced. And then you can also look into the FBFE here. The FBFE numbers are much higher than what I quoted. The recommended range is 25% to 35%. And then when you look into your contribution margin 3, they are less than 15%. If you are selling in India, I'm sure most of your products fall into this bucket. Likewise, let's also look into our best case scenario. Best case scenario is a situation where you are already dominating the niche. You have got the maximum number of reviews. You're doing so well, you're just dominating all your competitors, and then because you have very good organic ranks on most of the hyper relevant high volume keywords, you also can increase the price and then command better margins. If you look at my numbers for best case scenario, you can see my contribution margins across the board are greater than 20%, which is excellent. The reason why it is so important for you to have very good visibility on your scenario modeling is if you clearly know what to expect and what is our reality, you will have lot of clarity and pivot in search of better products at right time and not wasting much of time and money. Alright, with that I hope you learned something new today. If that is the case, I request you to subscribe to my channel and have a nice day. Goodbye.